Hello dear students, welcome back to the solid state lecture. So today we are going to discuss Fourier analysis of the basis. Let us consider a crystal of n cells, n unit cells. Okay, so a crystal, large number of cells are there. So n is the total number of cells. We know for diffraction to occur, the delta K must be equal to G. Okay, so this is the diffraction condition. The scattering amplitude of the X-rays, scattering amplitude of the X-rays from the crystal is given by Fg is equal to n times, n is the number of cells, and n times integral so this is the scattering amplitude. So we can write this thing, this integral, this n of r is the electron number density at a position r. Okay, so this integration is over the entire cell. So there are large number of cells. So this is a particular cell in the crystal. A cell may contain number of atoms. Okay, number of atoms in different positions. So there is a crystal and there are large number of cells in the crystal. Each cell may contain number of atoms. So we can write this thing as n times Sg. So this integral can be written as Sg, where Sg is equal to integral n of r exponential minus Ig dot r dV for a given cell. So this integral is called structure factor. Structure factor. Okay. So structure factor is the integral over a particular cell. So if you multiply with the number of cells, then you will get the total scattering amplitude. Okay. So structure factor is the scattering amplitude due to a given cell. Now this n of r can be n of r is the electron density due to electron density of atoms in the cell. Electron density due to a given cell is equal to summation, or it is the superposition of the electron density contribution from all the atoms in the cell. So that is, you can write Nj of r minus rj. Okay. So there are this jth atom, we consider jth atom, that is the electron density Nj of r minus rj is the electron density contribution from jth atom in the cell. Okay. So if there are s number of atoms in a given unit cell, j is equal, this j can be, this summation is from j is equal to 1 to s. So the electron density of atoms at a given position r is given by summation of electron density of all atoms. Okay. So therefore we can substitute this value in the above equation of the structure factor Sg, and Sg is equal to integral summation j is equal to s. So this can be written as summation over j is equal to 1 to s integral Nj r minus rj exponential. I change this into minus Ig dot r minus rj vector. Minus rj is there, it is additional factor. So I have to multiply with a factor of exponential minus Ig dot rj. Now if you multiply this two, you will get this thing into into dV. So this is the structure factor. So structure factor is due to a cell. So a cell may contain number of atoms. S number of atoms, for example. So therefore we can write this thing as n summation j fj exponential minus I g dot r j. Okay. So here I have used this integral nj r minus rj exponential I g dot r minus rj as, where we can write fj is equal to nj r minus rj exponential minus I g dot r minus rj vector dv, which is equal to summation nj of rho exponential minus I g dot rho dv, where rho is equal to r minus rj vector. Rj vector is the position vector of jth atom in the cell. Okay. So we have considered the origin to be on the at a particular corner, at a given corner, and from the corner the position of a given atom is Rj. So R minus Rj is the contribution of Nj of R minus Rj is the contribution of electron density at a position R due to jth atom. So this Fj is called atomic form factor. So atomic form factor is the contribution of scattering amplitude in a cell due to a single atom. Okay. So if you if you take the summation over all these atoms, we get the total scattering amplitude. Okay. So there is an additional factor. This is the phase factor exponential minus Ig dot Rj. So we have to multiply with this factor also. Okay, because these are vector quantities. That means electric and magnetic fields are vector quantities. So we have to consider the phase of the vector also. So if it is a scalar quantity, just we have to sum over Fj, but we have to consider this also since these are vector quantities. So we can write this thing. The structure factor due to a cell is equal to sum over Fj exponential I g dot rj, where rj is the position of the atom from the origin. Okay. So we have seen the structure factor and form factor, and also the scattering amplitude. Scattering amplitude is due to the entire crystal. Now we can see the structure factor of, now if Rj, the position of atom from the corner of the cell, Rj is equal to xj a1 vector plus yj a2 vector plus zj a3 vector. Then the reflection from the plane of indexes v1, v2, v3. So reflection from the plane of indexes v1, v2, v3, we have g is equal to, g can be written as v1 v1 vector plus v2 v2 vector plus v3 v3 vector. Therefore in this expression, g dot rj can be written as okay. So in the above expression of S, the structure factor S is equal to summation J fj exponential minus I 2 pi v1 xj plus v2 yj plus v3 zj. So this is the atomic, this is the structure factor of the cell. Okay. So here v1, v2, v3 are the planes of the indexes of the plane. In some cases it will be HKL also, because in HKL generally there will be a factor divided from HKL. HKL is the minimum, the smallest integer. So v1, v2, v3 are the absolute integer for a given crystal. Okay, that means Miller index. So this is the contribution of the scattering amplitude from a cell, which is the superposition of the contribution from all the atoms in the cell. Next is for BCC, the structure factor for BCC. Body centered cubic. So we know that in a body centered cube there are 2 atoms in a unit cell. So a body centered cubic has 2 atoms, effectively 2 atoms. Okay. So in each corner of the unit cell there is 1 atom which has 1/8 contribution to the, each has 1/8 contribution to this unit cell, and there is a atom in the body center. So effectively there are 2 atoms per unit cell, 2 atoms per unit cell. Okay. So we can consider 1 atom in the corner and the next atom in the body center. Okay, instead of taking all these 8 atoms, we can consider a complete atom, a 1 atom, whole atom in the corner. That is, corner means r is equal to 0, and r is equal to, at r is equal to half, there is another atom. So atoms are 2 atoms per unit cell at 1 atom at 0, 0, 0, that means the corner, and the next atom is half. Okay, so then since this is a cubic crystal, we can take, instead of A1, A2, A3, we can take I, J, K vectors. Okay, because these are orthogonal, so we can take the Cartesian unit vectors I, J, K. So therefore we can, in this we can write, in this expression we can write S is equal to summation J from 1 to 2. Okay, Fj exponential minus I 2 pi V1 xj plus V2 yj plus V3 zj. Okay. So substituting these values, so first xi xj, first contribution, x1 is 0, y1 is 0, z1 is 0, x2 is half. Okay, x2, y2, z2. So these are, so using this, if we substitute 0, 0, 0, this will become this exponential term, this exponent will become 0. Therefore we can write summation, and all the atoms are identical. Therefore we can write f1 is equal to f2 is equal to f. Therefore this f into exponential 0 is 1. Next is exponential of minus plus exponential minus I 2 pi V1 into half, V2 into half, V3 into half. So therefore we can write this as f into 1 plus exponential minus pi I V1 plus V2 plus V3. We know that V1, V2, V3 are integers. V1, V2, V3 are integers. Okay. So anyhow this is integer. So this is an integer n. Okay. So what happens to this value then? This exponential can have value plus 1 or minus 1 depending on the integer value. If if this n is odd, then this exponential value will be minus 1. If n is even, this exponential value will be 1. So we can have two values for s. So s is f into 1 plus 1 if V1 plus V2 plus V3 is even number. So sum of this is even, then S is equal to f into 1 plus 1, that is 2f. This is equal to f into 1 minus 1 when if V1 plus V2 plus V3 is odd number. Okay. So if the sum of the indices are odd, then the structure factor is equal to 0. The structure factor is equal to 0 means the total contribution of the X-ray intensity, so amplitude is 0 from that unit cell. So there will not be any X-ray diffraction. Okay, so from the index of the crystal, we can say that diffraction can occur or not. The next is structure factor of FCC. So we know that in the case of FCC, there are 4 atoms in a unit cell. In addition to the corner atoms, there are atoms on the faces, 6 faces. Okay. So the corner atom has contribution of 1 by 8 and the face atoms have contribution of 1 by 2. So there are 4 atoms per unit cell or per cell. Okay, so we can say that instead of taking all these atoms, we can say that one atom is in the corner and a complete atom in the corner and other 3 atoms are on each faces, this face and this face. Okay, so that is atoms are at positions So these are the position of the atom with respect to this origin. This origin is r is equal to 0 is this corner. Okay. So substituting the values in the expression for the structure factor, S is equal to summation fj exponential minus I g dot rj. Okay. So we have found out this value. This is equal to summation fj. If you substitute the value here, what happens? So this will be, see, all the atoms are identical, therefore we can take all the F1 is equal to F2 equal to F3 equal to F4 is equal to F. So therefore we can write this is F into first atom xj, yj, zj are 0, therefore exponential 0 is 1 plus exponential, this value is exponential I 2 pi I into 2 pi V1 xj plus V2 yj. So xj yj are half half, the other thing is 0, therefore we will get 2 pi v1 plus v2 by 2. v1 by 2, v1 into 1 by 2, v2 into 1 by 2, so v1 plus v2 1 by 2 plus exponential minus I 2 pi into v1 plus v3 by 2 plus exponential minus I 2 pi into v2 plus v3 divided by 2. So this is equal to f into 1 plus exponential So if we consider if V1, V2, V3 all are even, then what happens? Of course, V1, V2, V1 plus V2, V1 plus V3, V2 plus V3 all these are even. Therefore, we can write S is equal to 4F. Okay, 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. So that is 4 into F, 4F. If V1, V2, V3 all are odd, okay, then also this will be equal to S equal to 4F, because if all are odd, V1 plus V2 will be even. Similarly, V1 plus V3 also even, V2 plus V3 also even. So if it is even, then exponential minus I pi into a even number will give 1. Okay, so that is the thing. Now if V1, V2, V3 are mixed values, even or odd, mixed values, even and odd. Okay, then what happens? S is equal to 0, because if V1 is odd, V2, V3 are even, then what is first value is odd, V1 plus V3 is odd, again V2 plus V3 is even. So this is odd because of that minus 1, this is also minus 1, this is plus 1, this is plus 1. So total contribution is 0. Okay. So in the case of, so we can summarize this thing for BCC, X-ray diffraction occur from the plane with V1, V2, V3, sum of V1, V2, V3 is even, then X-ray diffraction can occur. Okay. In FCC, V1, V2, V3, the indices of the plane V1, V2, V3 all odd or all even, then the diffraction occur. Okay, that's all for today. See you in the next class.